What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Make Your Own Luck Mondays. In this week's video, we are going to go through the ETRADE platform. So on one of my previous videos, I talked about compound interest and a compound interest calculator, and I did a screen share where I walked through that whole process, and the feedback was awesome. So I'm going to do that again here. I think it would be the easiest way to understand stocks and kind of what you're looking at. It can get really overwhelming. So I basically wanted to kind of go through and walk you through the ETRADE platform, and in just their normal platform. So not any sort of live data, real-time stock prices, any of that stuff. Just etrade.com, their basic website, and kind of go through some of the fundamental things that you can look at so that you can make a good decision whether a stock is worth buying or not. So hopefully this helps, and check it out. So what you're seeing right here is ETRADE's web platform. And I actually use ETRADE Pro, which is a platform that has real-time data and different things like that, and probably a little bit better for people that are, more involved, or, momentum trading or day trading or different things like that. It's probably not even the best platform for that, to be honest. It's a little slow if you're going to do like real deal day trading. But I wanted to show the web platform because this is what anyone can see, what anyone can use when you sign up for an E-Trade account. And what I wanted to do is really just talk about a couple of things in the charts, indicators in the charts that you can look at so you can make a somewhat educated decision whether, to buy a stock or not. So when you sign into E-Trade and you sign up for an account and put all your information and all that stuff in, you basically have this platform here. This is the web platform. You can look at all kinds of different things. As you can see here, it's on the U.S. markets. So you have what's happening on the Dow, the NASDAQ, and the S&P 500. So what I wanted to show you is basically how to read a stock chart in its very basic, very simple form, just so you can kind of make an informed decision as to what's going on with a company. So up here, the symbol area, you can find a stock symbol of a company that you like. We'll do one that everybody knows, I guess, Coca-Cola. And we'll take a look at this stock. So when you type in the symbol, it'll bring this snapshot up. And there's a lot going on here, and definitely don't get overwhelmed, but it'll tell you the stock price, which last traded at $47.24. In here, the biggest thing to look for is dividend stuff. So if it's a blue chip company that pays dividends, that information is going to be in here. So it'll show that Coke pays quarterly dividends, what dates they pay them on, and all that. Market cap, all those other things. It's it's super good to know. And PE ratios and all these different things are definitely something you want to get into. But for very beginning stuff, I don't think you need to know that. You just want to know if the stock pays dividends or not. And if you care about that, cool. If not, that's cool too. The other couple things you'll find here is you'll see some of the latest headlines. So all the news that's going on with that specific stock. So Coke's launching a hard seltzer drink. So that's kind of cool. And then you'll see all of the analyst reports here on the right. And sometimes these will contradict each other, but it looks like everybody's basically saying it's a good time to buy Coke. But it's cool to take a look at these as well. So if you look at just kind of this first one. So these guys are saying, basically the analysts, the pros out there are saying that the target price for Coke should be about $55. And right now it's trading at 47. So, if you were to listen to the analysts, they think this is going to get up to about 54 would be the target price. I would actually think it's probably closer to 60 would be my guess, but we'd have to look at the charts, which we're going to do next. So that's where you can go right here and just go to charts. So this can get overwhelming when you look at it, but there's basically two things I want to show you here. There's the simple moving average and the RSI indicator. There's a bunch of other ones, but right now those are the two. If you can get comfortable with those, you can make a pretty educated decision on what's going on with a company. So if you go to technical indicators, you'll see there's upper ones and there's lower ones. That's where you can click simple moving average. On the lower one, you can find the RSI. And those are already set up here on this platform. So if we look here at Coca-Cola, this is kind of the 1 year outlook. I typically, when I'm researching stocks, I'll go either to the max or just go way out to see kind of what's the health of the stock been like for a while. So if you look at Coca-Cola, and if you were to look at my cursor, you basically could just take a straight line, and it's going up at a 45-degree angle, which is amazing. Coke is a long-standing stock, and there's ups and downs here, but for the most part, if you're a long-term investor, Coke looks like a solid place to put your money. And then, as you can see, there's been a huge move here. So what we'll do is we'll go out to what's going on recent. So I typically go to 6-month outlook. So as we can see, the stock was on the rise, and then the pandemic hit and just boom, just fell way down. And it's kind of starting to claw its way back up pretty slowly, it looks like. But like the analyst was saying before, their target was about $54, I think it said. I would actually think it would be closer to 60, because typically you'll, with a good company that's chugging along and not having any major issues, you'll go back to previous highs. So that was around $60. But what I want to show you here is the RSI indicator. So this is a great place to look and very easily make a decision whether you want to purchase a stock or whether it's, too hot, or whether it's a good time to buy. So there's 2 lines to look at. This line right here, which is if a stock is overbought, and then this line down here, which is if it's oversold. So if a stock is up here, that means that it's overbought, that it's really not a good time to buy. It might be a great time to sell. If you own the stock, it might be a good time to sell some profits. But it's definitely not a good time to buy a stock, is if the RSI is up here. If it's down here, breaking below this line, it's probably a good, unless there's some crazy issues going on with the company or something like that. But typically, this is a good area to, to buy in. And as you can see, this would have been a great spot, during the kind of end of Q1 when the pandemic was going off. The stock got pretty low. And it's still pretty low compared to its previous high. That's why everybody's saying to buy it. So that's the RSI indicator. So if you can get comfortable looking at that, basically just look at extreme highs, extreme lows. If it's in the middle, you can do a little bit more research as to seeing, where, if it's a good buy or not. As you can see, this is kind of turning to go down a little bit. So that's why the analysts are saying that Coke is a good buy. And then the simple moving average, this is kind of just more of a gauge for me. So basically, if it closes below the simple moving average, it's probably going to keep going down. And if it opens above it, it's probably going to keep going up. So it's just kind of a little bit of a gauge that I use. But the RSI indicator is a little bit better to make a quick decision on a stock, to just say, all right, is now the time to buy? No. Was the time to buy right here? For sure. So hopefully that helps a little bit for you guys, just to kind of get a gauge of the E-Trade platform and basically how to just take a company, throw their symbol in the top, and make a quick decision whether, it's overbought or oversold. And if it's oversold, that could be a good opportunity for you to get in. And then, yeah, there's analyst reports and all the other stuff I showed. So hopefully that makes sense for you guys and helps out a little bit. And that is a look at E-Trade's platform and how to use their stock charts in a very, very basic, very, very fundamental kind of way to look at it. So hopefully that helps. So there you have it. That is a look at E-Trade's platform. If you have any other questions, you can ask them in the comments section below. And again, thanks so much for subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Every Monday, I do one of these videos. They're short, they're sweet, they're easy. So thanks for liking the video. Thanks for subscribing and all that other nonsense. And have a good week. We'll see you.